Only one robot master left, so let's do it. Yamato Man, here we come. The robot representative from Japan who resides in the impregnable fortress. And did you take a look at how stylishly he spun his spear? Very cool. And speaking of cool, look at this. We start the level with Mount Fuji off in the background. That is pretty sweet. What is not so sweet are these guys. These raccoons are known as Shigarakis. They attack you with bouncy balls. Yep, bouncy balls. You heard what I said. If you ask me, Wily has been getting more and more insane with each passing game. Because the enemies have been getting goofier and goofier. These guys, however, are not so goofy. This is Ben K. Ben K spins a spear and throws it at you, and since the spear is relatively tall, that does make it pretty hard to dodge. Like Tomahawk Man stage, this level is primarily combat-oriented. And like Tomahawk Man stage, there are also multiple paths you can take. And like Tomahawk Man stage, you see where I'm getting at? We will need to play through this stage multiple times in order to grab all the goodies. In the meantime, those robotic dragonflies are known as Katanbions. They drop bombs which explode. Don't run directly underneath them, otherwise you'll get caught by the bomb. Yamato Man's stage can be either easy or hard depending on what paths you take, and that thing was a Dakone LTD ED. I know that stands for something, I just don't know what it is. And I didn't write it on my note card, so I don't know off the top of my head. Oh well, I guess that can wait. Oh, extra life, extra life, extra life. Woot woot! We have two paths we can take, but I am going to climb down the bottom ladder for simplicity's sake. I am taking the easy path, but again, we'll need to take all of the paths in order to get everything here. I forgot about that fish. I am an idiot. Well, that went well. Okay. Yeah, I'm cool. Minor setback. All right, let's try that again. Thankfully, we crossed the checkpoint, so you don't have too much progress to make. By the way, it's the return of these cannons, the Tatahos. In fact, both of these enemies return from Plant Man's stage, including the gimmick where the fish jumps out of the water to try and interrupt your jumps. Yay! Bringing back memories of Plant Man's stage, that's what I want. And thankfully you can just jump past those guys. Alright, we've seen you before, Mr. Tech. I'm gonna bust the blizzard attack on you. Even though there is an open passageway up there, we cannot fly through it with the Rush Jet Adapter. I'm gonna jump up and then hit you with the blizzard attack. And we're going to jump across the death spikes because I've dealt with enough death spikes. Thank you very much. And already we're at the end. Yeah, this is a pretty short level overall. Another thing that's annoying about that spear is it blocks your buster shots. But in the end, nothing can survive the mighty pea shooter of doom. Overall, Yamato Man's theme is okay. There are definitely better tracks in the game, but this is far from the worst. Alright, now that we are at the end gate, we'll need to equip the Silver Tomahawk. Hey there, Yamato Man, how's it going, buddy? Yamato Man has two different attacks, and it all depends on how he throws his spears. He will either jump in the air while spinning his spear, and that will cause 3 spearheads to fly at you. Or he can fire the spear straight and charge at you. Uh-oh. Once again, I'm going to have to blow another E-tank. I've never used so many E-tanks in one game before. This goes without saying, but the Robot Masters in 6 are definitely harder than they were in 5. But it ends all the same. At long last, the 8th and final Robot Master defeated. And by extension, we get our final weapon. Almost, but you'll see what I mean in the next video. For now, we've got the Yamato Spear. This baby fires a spearhead in front of you, and it can actually pierce Nightman's shield. With all 8 Robot Masters defeated, we can now pursue Mr. X. But before we do that, we're going to grab one last upgrade, and we need to revisit 4 stages in order to get it. See you guys next time. Well, not quite. 4 of the Robot Master screens are filled, but 4 are empty. And we'll quickly remedy that before we end the video. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. That is a cool-looking sunset. In order to fill those spaces, we'll need to take the alternate paths of certain stages. And these spaces will be occupied by a certain letter of the alphabet. And if you've played Mega Man 5, then you'll be familiar with said letters because they will spell out a word. But that can wait. For now, you'll want to get until the sunset and then continue making your way forward, dodging and destroying enemies if need be. Now, for length's sake, I'm not going to show the whole level again, but I should mention that, unlike Mega Man 4, you will need to fight the bosses a second time if you revisit the stage. Okay, that is that. Let's use the windstorm to deal with this guy. And as you can see, when you use the windstorm, they'll sail up, up, and away. Last time we were here, we took the top path. This time around, we'll take the bottom. Watch out for the shield attackers. They are not your friends. The gaps are rather wide, so you will need to use the rush jet in order to clear them. As you can see, we are taking a slightly different path, but it will ultimately lead us to Tomahawk Man. So, this is kind of an awkward spot. Alright, hover up there, then hover up there. Watch out for this platform because it's going to turn upside down, spiky end up. Not something you want to deal with. How many E-tanks do we have, by the way? 5. Okay, that is good. I'm not going to show off the bosses because we'll end up rematching them in the end. I know, big shocker. So, until the next stage. Next stop is Yamato Man's stage. At the end of the first section, look really closely. You will see this section of the wall is cracked. And thanks to our power adapter, we can destroy it in no time. This return journey will be rather special because we're going to be encountering an enemy that we didn't run into last time. And guess what? It's a mini-boss. And I must confess, when I first played through Mega Man 6, I had no idea this thing even existed because I didn't see that cracked section of the wall. And thankfully, the game does give you health before you square off against it. Let's go ahead and equip the good old pea shooter of doom. This is Gamarn and Gamadeu. They fire lasers and they throw bombs. The eyes are obviously the weak point. Oh, The lasers are definitely harder to avoid than the bombs because, well, they're so long. And yeah, they take a lot of hits, but they're pretty easily defeated overall. And what's even better is we get an E-tank out of the deal. Now, you didn't see this, but when you return to the stage after you defeat Yamato Man, the sky is red, and it looks really freaking cool. Alright, we are done here. So now we are going to continue our quest through the stage for a second time. And we'll be encountering the diverging path very soon. Very soon being right now. This time we're going to head to the upper section, and I don't want the power adapter, I want the jet adapter. Oh, Rush, you've more than redeemed yourself in this game, I have to say. Because you were useless in Mega Man 5. U-S-E-L-E-S-S. Useless. Thankfully, Capcom wised up for this game. Now that Ben K is a little difficult because you have to navigate such a small space, but you can climb down the ladder to avoid its spears. And once again, we'll need the help of the Rush Jet to clear this. Well, you know what it is. It's a bottomless pit. Also a new enemy, Spring Face Bomb. When you destroy its body, its head will continue to bounce. Oh! Thank you very much for the extra life. And we are done here. Destination 3, Nightman's level. And there's a cracked block at the end of the stage. So let's go ahead and blast it to shreds. It's not going to be a long trip because, well, it's just a Cyber Gabiole and 2 other cracked blocks. So all you really need to do is just get to the other side. And, well, that's pretty much it. Next level! Once again, we have to go all the way to the end of the stage in Centaur Man's level to get the last letter. By the way, take a close look. Right over here, beneath the Centaur Flash, the letters B, E, A, and one other. What could possibly be the last letter? I don't know. But one thing I do know is we need to hover over to the other side and cross the end gate. And that is it. So I'll see you when I get back to the title screen. Did I say title screen? I meant stage select screen. The remaining 4 windows are filled with the letters B-E-A-T. Beat. Yes, that maniacal bird of destruction is back, and once you reveal all 4 letters, he will be yours. He functions exactly how he did in the previous game. He'll home in on targets and damage them. Next time, however, we're going to conquer Mr. X's castle. See you guys next time.